Greetings viewers, I'm Baron Araignee.
And I'm Baronessa Araignee.
After a long break from making videos for YouTube, we have decided to break our silence. All over the internet, from discussions with people and in some books, one come across mentions of soulmates, twin flames, etc. After coming across a lot of deluded concepts and information floating about concerning the subject, and also thanks to a client of ours suggesting this, we have decided to make a video concerning this matter to set the subject straight. All we will discuss and mention here is not from some book, site or anything as such, as they're completely from our own experiences with ourselves, others, as well as from external sources we trust.
To start with this, we will start with the building blocks of all life, the soul or spirit. With this, we'll need to straighten out things concerning souls or spirits, which is where the majority of the misconceptions begin. Firstly, all souls are individuals, yet made from the same material. Some call it energy, ether, chi, ka, but we will simply refer to it now as energy. What sets this energy of the soul apart from the rest of the energy, which is obviously not intelligent, is the spark of life, we can call it. Now, a single soul cannot, by all means, split into two separate pieces, as what is usually believed concerning twin flames. Without going into too much ramblings, it just simply cannot. The reason why people may be under the impression that one's twin flame is the other half of your soul is simply because you and the one you are destined to be with are extremely similar, like looking into a mirror. However, just because you are almost 100% alike does not mean that you share the same soul. As for the theory of reincarnation, we have exhausted this subject personally and do not believe in it, as all the cases of it can and has been easily discredited, not just by us but by others as well. So stories of reincarnation to us is just that, stories. We do not believe in it, nor will we ever.
A common characteristic of twin flames is that they are almost one and the same. However, the few areas in which they differ, they are complete opposites. But even where they are opposites, they complement each other perfectly and thus balance each other out. Good examples of deities in this regard is Shiva and Kali, Isis and Osiris, Lilith and Samael, Ereshkigal and Nergal, and the list goes on and on. Personally, we do not make distinguishment between soulmates and twin flames, as you can probably see, as we see them and know them to be one and the same.
So then, what is a soulmate or a twin flame? Simply put, every person on this world that has ever lived has his or her equal and opposite counterpart, almost like physics. This equal yet opposite counterpart is, with the lack of a better term, the one you are destined to be with, the only soul that complements yours in every way, in extent and degree. With your soulmate, you have a bond unbreakable by anything, not even death. The usual things in most relationships that cause us strife, such as infidelity, trust issues, lies, deception, manipulation, etc., simply does not exist. Yes, there may be arguments. However, this is simply due to the opposites between the two and is resolved as soon as it began.
Then you might ask why not a lot of people actually reach their soulmates. The answer for this is simple and very direct. In accordance with human nature, people would rather go for what is easiest to obtain. This means relationships built on lust and convenience, where people tend to confuse lust with love, or where people tend to think financial security or having children means love. Also, another culprit is people who do not wish to die alone and just grabs anything they come across and call it love. It is a lot easier just to give in to the easiest option and to let it be. Ask yourself, if one person truly loves one another, will they cheat upon another? Will they break up after the death of a child? Will they put others before their partner? Will they truly remain with a person throughout any and all difficulties? This is proof that the easiest option is not always the best.
Many of you might know the story as to how we met, but in a nutshell, We did not just wake up to each other, no. Our lives were at their lowest and worst, and both of us were basically the dead walking. We had nothing more to give this world or any world. And the day before the final curtain call, what seemed as pure coincidence, we had met each other, and our lives and world changed from that moment on. Honestly, going on to the path to find your soulmate will probably not be the easiest journey for you. However, finding your soulmate makes everything you had to endure worthwhile. And when you find them, believe us, you will know this in your very being, as there are no words. This, however, does not mean that you must whore around until you find them. Because if you do find them, you will have a lot of explaining to do, as the mere thought of what you have done will hurt them greatly, and you will resent yourself for your childlike choices, which you will have to bear.
If you have found your soulmate, and you are both on the occult path, your spiritual power will increase 1,000-fold. And you will make breakthroughs in your work like never before. It changes every aspect of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, to extents unfathomable to those who have never experienced this before. You can see this as being reborn from the ashes of your previous self, like the phoenix.
Another thing which is very common and happens very frequently with soulmates or twin flames is synchronicity. Carl Gustav Jung was very fond of this subject, writing many a piece on this, one of them entitled A Causal Parallelism. Sorry if my pronunciation is wrong with that. We will quote him. Synchronicity is the coming together of inner and outer events in a way that cannot be explained by cause and effect, and that is meaningful to the observer. Synchronicity is more than just inner and outer events. It is directly linked with the twin flames. Even though the man and the woman might be different in personalities, they emit and draw from each other's energy, thus linking them strongly to each other in the space of the universal mind. It is much more than just finishing each other's sentences, experiencing the same physical pain and the like. This by itself is so great, it can be viewed purely as metaphysical.
In our workings, we can actually help to draw your twin flame closer to you, and have done so successfully many times. There are many who approach us with love workings, and some of these we do assist. However, nothing fruitful comes from this, as the person they seek is not their soulmate. Matters of the heart is very delicate, and when working with these energies, it can become very volatile. This is one of the reasons why many mages will not take on cases of love and things as such. However, we have become Shiva and Kali, we have become Lilith and Samael, we are Baphomet.
Well, thank you for watching this video, and we hope that it has shed some light on the matter of soulmates and twin flames from a non-New Age perspective, as we have not made this video in the light of the left-handed path or the right-handed path, or any path for that matter, but our own. Why celebrate Valentine's Day only once a year? Why not celebrate it each and every day with the person you love? Don't you think this has more meaning and worth?
If you have any comments or questions regarding this video, or have any suggestions for future videos, comment here or email us. And as always, feel free to find us via Facebook, our website, or our new email address. Our details are at the end of this video.
And always remember,
as within,
so without,
as above,
so below.
Namaste.